Yes, people, welcome back to the Cast Central. We ain't had no content over the weekend because, well, it's international break and it sucks. So here we are. We saying shows.
I am good, man. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, not usual setup, but made it work.
That's perfect. It's sounded better than your mic yesterday.
I might have to change that mic, like you said, bro.
oh, so you did
more troubles than anything.
Yeah, we were talking about, just last show we were talking about like teams that are transitioning. Do you believe Liverpool are in transition?
No, I'm not giving them that, man. They've just won the league, bro. Just because they've decided to change up their whole attack, defense, midfield, whatever, that's on them. Do you know what I mean? You don't change a winning formula, bro. So no, that's not a transition. I'm not giving them that.
Oh, so you're not giving them like just nothing, innit?
Bro, they just spent 130 million on 2 signings, bro. Like, what transition are we doing? I'll take that transition. Have a bit of that. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, man. Big up anyone in the building. Make sure you smash the likes. If you haven't done so yet, then you're a fraud. So if you're not a fraud, then you'd smash it, and then basically you're done. And there's here me and Shells talking a little bit of latest United news. His channel is in the title. You'll see a blue link. It will say Matchday Shells, where you can find him, where he pops up videos here and there. So if you want to go do that, even better. I don't know what likes are we on, because it's important that we just get the likes up as quick as possible. 24 likes. 24 likes is horrendous. Come on, I don't need to put a poll every time. Have you smashed the likes?
How many people we got in here?
About 125 on a Monday. It's not that sad. But if you don't know, it's a bit of a sale update, you can call it. It's been kind of flooding around United. It's not the stuff with Indy Kyler. I don't believe him when it comes to everything. I don't believe there is even a meeting. But they are saying that there is going to be news about it coming out this week about like an update of this consortium is apparently the most serious of them all. But that's just alleged rumors, right? And from what Goldbridge was saying, and you can't even trust Goldbridge, he said the exact same thing. So I don't know if they just ran away with what he said, but nearly in the giddy land. I'm just saying, I'm just nearly in the giddy land. What is Wharton interest? They're talking about January, which is bullshit. But we can talk about Wharton because Steve Parish came out and spoke about Wharton. And he's saying that, long story short, if there's a Champions League club that comes with me, he's probably going to want to play Champions League football. So if you want to get Wharton and Man United's interested, then do you know what I mean? You better get a move on, it to get Champions League.
I feel like, sorry to interrupt you, bro. I feel like you said, I feel Liverpool need a midfielder, bro. I've been saying this at the start of the season as well. I've been saying I know Gravenberch and McAllister were like mainstays. They done incredible last season, but I knew that even with the whole Baleba thing, and that's why I wanted him this summer, because I just know there's going to be so many more suitors next summer. Do you know what I mean? And it won't be surprising if he goes to a Champions League team, because why wouldn't you, bro? He's got the quality to do so.
There's more little bits and bobs. Sesko labeled by agents the worst signing. Funny.
Who? By who?
The agents on Athletic. They done so. I don't know how many. I think about 15 or 20. I don't know, but they've come together, or agencies, and they all put Sesko as the highest as the worst signing, but Donnarumma is the best signing. Which, in fairness, Donnarumma's been quite good for them. But I don't know how you look at Sesko right now and say that's the worst signing. Out of all the
what is this based on, though? Sorry, bro. Is this
just on agents for opinions?
What, is it fee or just in general?
I don't know. Yes, I think it's the deal itself. So and then that's that. And then there's another thing I was going to start off with though. Rashford come out. Obviously, he's doing an England interview, and he just was quite truthful. Have you seen it? He was talking about how he's been in an inconsistent environment for a very long time, and then look. Every year, this guy comes out and says something like where his best position is. One moment it's left wing, next is right wing, then it's striker. But afterwards, obviously, this little part, he's come out. I agree with him. He has been in an inconsistent environment for way too long, and come on, man. There's no reason to not believe when he says like any player when players do leave Man United, they seem to do a lot better. So
it's just the facts, innit? Regardless of whether we like it or not. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of we're Rashford supporters or not, we have to keep it a buck with what's going on at Manchester United. It has been an inconsistent side. Any job you find yourself in and there's inconsistencies with management and whatever that's going on, there's been a range of different things that we can get into. But he's spitting facts, bro. You're gonna struggle. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why the likes of other clubs, when players do go to other clubs and they have a consistent side, and there's a consistency throughout the club in terms of the way they want to play, the way the manager sets people up. The players know what they want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? When you have consistencies across what's going in the behind the board and on the pitch, then you're in a losing success, and that's why losing form, sorry, and that's why Manchester United currently are in the position we have been since Alex Ferguson's gone.
Yeah,
you know, lost that, bro. We've lost that.
You know how I view things with him. Yeah, as much as I agree, like, how about some accountability as well? How about your shit for being shit at times? Like, no one told you to not pass the ball or square it to the striker. No one said to run into players as well. As much as Man United has been toxic and not a great environment, I mean, just because you're playing at Barcelona doesn't all of a sudden just doesn't mean you could just go and slander whatever you want. In my opinion, for me, innit? Because if you look at himself, and maybe he's talking about environment, so it's probably within itself. You're going out, probably on the wrong times, right? Not the boxing or nothing like that, but like, you've got a game in a few days. You're all the way over in America. I mean, go do whatever you want with your time, but you're a professional that gets paid big money. Like, surely you should look after yourself and whatnot a little bit more. I don't want to say how to police yourself. I'm not saying that, but have some accountability of why you've also played bad. It can't just all be down to the environment. Sometimes you do have to look at yourself and say, why have I been inconsistent for so long? Why have I not put up the same goals in 1 year, then the next I haven't? You know, there was no reason not to. That's what that's the kind of bubble I'm at with Rashford. But I do agree with him. I think he needs to take some self-accountability, but he also, you know, the whole point of blaming United as well is, I agree.
Yeah, do you know what? Someone just said that he benefited from the same environment with this new contract. That's also a factor as well, because like you said, he was one of our best performers, and then he kind of just went off the ball. But then at the same time, I agree with you. Accountability is everything in football, but also there's factors where they've brought in Højlund now, and all of a sudden now Rashford's role in the team is different. He's been a creator, and I just feel like United, whoever it is, we just need to stick to an identity, and we need to stick to getting the strengths of our best players. And that's what Barca are doing. They're playing to Rashford's strength, and that's why you're seeing what's going on. For me, it's far too much. Even with Amarin currently, we do not play to our best players' strengths, and that's why our players struggle. It's the manager's job to get the best out of them. And also with Rashford, I feel like it was just he was in a battle where he kind of just fell out in love with the game. Do you know what I'm saying? His team was doing shit, and he took that along a lot of the time, and that's why the body language was where it is. I think you're going to get loads of interviews from Rashford just because you know how the media is anyway. Anytime they're going to get an opportunity to ask Rashford, especially when he's in England about Man United, they're going to do so because we're the biggest club in England, whether people like it or not, and it gets clicks. So, yeah, I'm with you, bro. It's definitely a joint situation, but I'm not even talking more on Rashford. I'm just talking more so on the board of players that play for Man United in general and the unsettled environment we've had since Ferguson's gone. We've had so many different managers. We've had so many different identities. Like, what is Manchester United now? Do you get what I'm saying? If I was to ask you, Kaz, what's our identity? You probably couldn't tell me.
We're just not settled as a club still. Like, and reason for that is because really and truly, it is this whole takeover business. Like, it's not bad kind of segue into that. No, I'm kind of thinking about it, but you've had Ratcliffe come over as co-owner. Yeah, I think things have been sorted in the back end, a lot of it. But there's a lot of what's gonna be with this club, right? Like, we don't know who the new owners are. We don't know what direction. We don't even know if someone is to take over or invest or however it lands, right? If Glazers are going to be there or not. What if they just go sack everyone and it's like, yeah, we're back on a restart all over again? It's like, fucking, this is kind of, what more excuses will we have for not achieving objectives if it comes down to it? Because we're in transition, or because, you know, what is it? We just don't know what we're doing on the pitch, and off the pitch seems, I don't know, for me, it seems okay. But I just feel like there's a lot of, I feel like as a fan base, we just know when the club feels unsettled. And right now, because there's a lot of question marks around the manager as well, on top of recruitment strategies and this, that, and the other, I feel like I can feel that this is also like they must feel unsettled, because we do. That's just how it goes, isn't it? Your representation of your fan base is a representation of your club, the vice versa, whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's it. And what is our identity? The answer is confusion. That's our identity. We don't know what it is. We don't know if we want to go purchase young players for the future. We don't even know if we're going to play these young players for the future. Come on, man. Like, we don't even know what style or system that we agree with or want going forward. Like, what is it? We don't know.
But that's I feel like that's a huge issue, man. Especially you just mentioned the youth, bro. That's our club. That's what we've been built up on. That's what I've grown up on. Do you know what I'm saying? And now the fact is, now currently, that's not the same pathway, bro. At Manchester United, it's not. It's proven under this current manager, the pathway for younger players is not looking great because of the situation we're in. And also the fact is that the manager's just not playing them. We got our biggest talent on the bench currently for a player that doesn't even play in the same position, but the manager has said that they're competing for the same position. So, bro, I'm not gonna lie, even with like Man United, I love this club so much. But just going back to what you're saying in terms of identity, in terms of what made me fall in love with this team, I feel like we're losing those values and principles, and it's quite sad at the moment, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's quite sad, if I'm honest with you. I don't think anyone's really, any United fan, as much as even the most optimistic can agree with that statement. Do you know what I'm saying? We're kind of missing out on our values and principles and our heritage of what's made this club, and I feel like we need to find that again.
And I think the only way we do that is if this sale stuff is correct and a full sale of that. You know, I feel like the co-ownership thing is always going to hinder one party or the other. Like, Ineos will always have a stain on their name, or Ratcliffe, because you've got Glazers involved. Do you know what I mean? What's the point of getting in the door in the grand scheme of things? If what's the point of getting in the door if you're not going to take over the club as a whole? You know, you got the opportunity to do that before and you didn't do it. What's the point of what was the whole thing about the takeover? What is it that Ratcliffe really wants? That's the way I don't know. That's where I'm at. It's like, do you plan to buy future shares of the club? Do you want to take it over? Do you want to leave something on your legacy? And then now there's like, oh wait, hold on, there's opportunity. This what they call it? What clause are they calling it? A running clause or sell on? I don't know what clause that is called, right? So now that we're going through this process which is going to get us United fans gassed, and maybe a little bit too gassed, including I'm talking about myself, but mainly getting giddy that, oh, you know what, there might be actually some owners that might want to come in and actually do well for us and actually spend on areas and get rid of this debt. How can a club like Man United still have $1 billion debt after 20 years?
Bro, how's that possible? It's mental, bro. It's actually mental when you actually think about it and you see what's been going on for all the years and what the Glazers have got rid of. But do you know what? I slightly disagree with you, bro, in terms of a sense where the Glazers will always have a stain on their name. If Ineos will always have a stain on their name under the Glazers' ownership. Yes, I agree to a certain extent, but if Manchester United becomes successful again and we win a Premier League title under Ineos, I'm telling you, a lot of things will change. Right now, the problem is for me, Kaz, is that we're crap off the pitch and we're crap on it. And for me, there's certain things within the structure that you cannot change off the pitch. I get it. You haven't got full ownership. However, what's going on currently at Manchester United on the pitch, the current state of affairs, you can change that. You're in control of this stuff, but you're enabling and you're allowing it, it's wrong, bro. Like, it's wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. What's going on with the managers right now is wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
I ain't got to say. I can just read off some.
Oh, did my connection go or did your connection go? Am I here or is it shows it? Which one is it? Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was just saying, if you look at the current state of affairs on the pitch, the stats, everything, it's not been good enough. And we've enabled this. Do you know what I'm saying? To a point where it's kind of like, this is our standard now. Our standards have dropped so much, Kaz, bro. We finished 15th last season. We ain't won back-to-back games. We win one game and all of a sudden we're gassed again. Do you get what I'm saying? How long is it going to take for them to fix this current state of affairs on the pitch?
I'll be real. I think Ratcliffe is too involved. As a chairman, I think he's too involved with decisions when he shouldn't be. Like, I feel like he doesn't let the others do their job. I think Wilcox and Barada would have sacked him, and I think he's put a stop on that because he thinks it needs time. Like, this isn't exactly the era of the 2000s, let alone the 90s, let alone the 80s. Do you know what I mean? This is like, money's on the line here. You want to go, make United successful again. I know you can't build things overnight, but you can't just look at that and think that's good enough and think that's acceptable. You can go and beat Liverpool for all you want, but it's just like, we know, cool, we might get double games, but it's like, when are we going to win 3 games in a row? Like, it's the most basic asks of any sporting team to go and do that for your fans, right? And that's kind of just where we're at as a fan base, is we've kind of accepted it. Not all of us, but we kind of accepted that. So that this whole takeover, if we're going to get this news, I said, as long as we get something within 28 days, which was when we was on that Saeed stream, was it on Friday? Was it? I think it might have been on Friday, if not Thursday or whatever, whenever it was, right? We need something with it by something official anyways, at that, something by next international break legally, right? So we're getting told that we should have an update of some sort, that we should get told about it this week before the games kick off. Do you think it's actually a full takeover, or do you think it's for the stadium? Because surely a consortium doesn't come together to buy and finance a stadium.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like this is so much smoke and mirrors at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I'm unsure. I couldn't tell you guys. I hope it's a fool. But I'm so unsure, just because we've been led astray and we've been down this route before.
We need more information.
Say that again.
We do need more information.
Yeah. So until I see more sources and stuff on it, but I do hope, man. But I just don't know if Ineos, like, I know they don't have. I don't think they have a choice if a full offer comes in.
They can match it. I think they can match it and they get like first dibs if that's the case. But I don't think they can match it. Otherwise, they would have done so now. But right now, they're under threat. The way I view it is like this: you don't have a consortium. You don't have Sheikh Jassim once again, because this is what the Athletic reported, right? And the Dubai Crown Prince all running. If you're going to invest into just a stadium, right? That's just an investment for the stadium. I don't think it would have been blown up like that. So when you deep what the information has been put out there, right? It's kind of telling me that they want to take over the club. It's not impractical. Like, cool. Since August, the club's been up for sale again, and this is something I didn't even touch on last week with you, bro. To be fair, so it's been since then. I think it was last week when we was talking about it, right? Or was it a few days later? I can't remember. Yeah. Or when I was discussing it, and I think it might have been with Musa and whatnot last Thursday. I didn't even know this, but if they're saying it's advanced, so since August, it's been September, now October. I mean, and obviously that Turkey guy was saying it's advanced to obviously go and negotiate for an investment. However, I don't know how it comes across, obviously, through Arabic when you translate it into English. But that kind of tells me that there's something has to have happened. And why ever they've not done a stadium thing back then, or got an investment back then, when that was many months ago when it came out about United's brand new stadium. Why now? I think it's a little bit coincidental. That's kind of where, if I'm logically thinking about it. But I hope that we do get this update this week saying that certain I don't know, consortium or whatever are looking to buy Manchester United fully for $5.7 billion or whatever it may cost. It would be nice, even if Ineos bought it, the club as a whole, as long as you kick the Glazers out, yeah, I'm all for giving the opportunity, right? As long as do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if Ineos had full control, there'd be more. I think there'd be more room within what they're allowed to do, right? I think so. Like I said, it's not what I prefer, because when it comes to Saudis, everyone knows money's just a game with them, innit? Money's just whatever, innit? They just want to win. They don't care about the commercial side of things, if they're making money or not. They just want to. It's basically like a toy.
But I don't feel like the commercial side will ever go. Do you get it? Especially when
yeah.
Our commercial side now, we're shit, bro. We're absolutely shit.
That's the issue. But that's the issue, that even off the pitch, they try to make it out that, you know, that we're losing money and all this. I think we have lost money. Of course we have.
Yeah, I
but
do.
The way I've kind of viewed it is because they've been spending in wrong areas and allowing too much mediocrity to go on. But how can you get record revenue? That's the issue, United. If things are shit for another 10 years, it's like, I still think the revenues will always be the same. This is still Man United's branded name, because we're the first one that came up through social media and there's too many fans and blah, 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 blah. If it was to the point where United's things were dwindling, like the whole support and all that, blah, I think there would have been a change in ownership time ago. But I can't lie, people. I'm in giddy mode in terms of, in my mind, to think it hasn't been denied. No one's denied a takeover, 100% takeover. Not one single outlet. Even I think David Ornstein's waiting to drop a bomb. He's waiting. He's probably trying to gather information to say this is what's happening. Mike Keegan and the rest of it saying they're exploring to buy Man United. That's all we need. We just need to know who it is. That's where I feel. And the fact that if if it's been entertained, I think that's the whole point. Is we're waiting for an approach first, because once you approach, then it has to be announced, right? The fact that it's not being like, I think Glazers are entertaining all of it because they're interested in selling. I don't think they want Man United no more. I don't think they're milking Man United how they were. So that makes me, that's why I'm in belief that something's going to happen, or, you know, just something, man. I'm just in hope. That's all I've got left, because this club is, that's all this club's got, man. You're looking at other clubs, yeah, they're catching up or running away.
And that's the reality, and that's the scary part as well. Do you know what's also the scary part? As you know, I work with children, bro. I ask them what team they support. No one says Man United, bro. I swear to you, no one says Man United no more. If you are, bro, back in the day in primary school, whatever. I know we're from London and whatnot, but bro, these kids are not supporting Man United no more because we're not doing well. Do you get what I'm saying? We lose every other game. But going back to the Ineos taking full control, I'm not with it, bro. I swear to you. I'm not. I feel like the keeping Ten Hag for the duration they did was unforgivable. Then they also doing it now with Amarin. Do you get what I'm saying? Again, it's not me wanting to get onto the manager. I don't like having this conversation, but it's the facts are the facts, bro.
But if you take over, that means you got to get rid of all the debt and all that kind of stuff. That's where I'm kind of at, is getting rid of that so you could do a lot more. But I don't see where Ineos or Ratcliffe at that is going to get all that money to go and purchase all of that. Do you know what I mean? Which we've already put in how much money of his own money was probably a big change. But at this point, one thing that kind of comes to my mind, yeah, and get your comments in, people. Smash the likes as well, right? Remember Ratcliffe and Neville? They were in the interview and saying if Ratcliffe started getting abuse the way Glazers did, he'd probably just pack up and leave. I think Ineos at this point, is there potentially a potential part where Ratcliffe has been receiving a lot of abuse, you know?
Yeah, even when I went to the game the other day, he was getting chance. You know what I mean? They were talking about Ratcliffe.
You know how active he is around the club and etc., right? Things will get back to him. I think I'm in a part where he's kind of realized that United aren't going to make enough money for probably his liking in any time soon because of how much is really needed. And this is his way of, you know, I feel like that's why investments have come in, quite a few anyways, or teams to call them. I think he wants that. I think he's open to packing up and leaving if he gets his money back. I think the trajectory of United is you have to spend more you have to spend a lot more before you start making anything. And let's be real, the guy's like what, 73 or whatever. God forbid he passes away anytime soon, but you ain't got many years on your clock. So what are you leaving behind if on that notice before you start making
marathons, my bro?
He's active. He's active. But bro, your time is ticking. What are you going to leave United with at this current state? Because you're talking about in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years time. Are you able to achieve that? Because it can become a stain on your name if you do want to leave something behind. I don't know. I'm not exactly against anything he's kind of done at the moment. But I just feel like I feel like by the time he gets to like Ferguson's age, he's going to be worn out and somebody else takes over and then before you know it, they might have other ideas. I just feel I do believe he's having, I think it's not worth the stress for an old man like himself, yeah, for the amount of abuse that comes through online these days, and that gets pretty much in all your emails and blah, blah, blah. I don't think he should take that stuff like that kind of responsibility on. Bro, go live your life, man. That's the way I kind of view it. Go live your life. Don't stress about this thing. It's not your fault why we're here, like, overall. It's the ones that are in charge at this moment who got the full majority. I think he wants to do a lot more with United, but he can't. And he makes profit if he does sell. 250 million profit.
Yeah, nah, bro.
50 million is quite a hefty bit.
it is. But you know what? Again, man, it just comes down to, like you said, it ain't been reported yet. Do you know what I mean? But that could be good or bad reasons. That means there's nothing in it, or there's, like you said, they're gathering more information, and that's all we can go off. Until we get more information, right now it's all hopium. Yeah. And rightly so, because we haven't got nothing else, bro. Like you said, what else do we have? It's international break. We got to give you something.
You gotta get a little, gotta give a little something, man.
You know what I mean?
I do hope that all these rumors there's something's gonna come out within this month. It would be the best feeling if you go and win at Liverpool at least, and then there's an update saying there's going to be a United takeover or an like something's going to be explored to take. It's like double bubble basically. That is
Because you really think we're winning at Anfield, innit?
I think we can.
I've been on the
have you not heard?
now, bro. Yesterday and today, all you've been saying is we're beating Liverpool.
No. I think we get a result. But I do believe we can win, especially now. There's talks of Coleman came out yesterday. He took off Gravenberch at half time. He said he felt something in his hamstring. That kind of tells me that he might not be fully fit.
I don't risk injuries on players, but if Konate and Gravenberch are out, then
I don't care. Get injured. I'm shameless. Yeah. I hope he's not fit and available. Both of them, and Alisson.
Yeah,
I hope
for this team, I don't care about what else.
No, I'm not. Bro, come on, man. We're not asking for them to have a career-ending injury where your money's gone, all this stuff. You're going to be depressed and whatever. No, I hope they're out. I don't want them win a league. I hope they're injured. Do you know what I mean? I wish it all. I don't give a fuck. I've got nothing to lose. They're my rivals. I know we're not better than them. So I want any advantage possible to get over the line so I can have a great weekend, and I've got another like 3 weeks until the international break to start saying why they're not catching up to Arsenal or Man City or whatever, or why they're fifth in the table. I don't mind it because I already know what this season's going to be. It's going to be at this moment in time, it's a tipsy-turvy season. You just don't know where we're going to be. We can either be sixth and kind of up there, nearly there, or we can be down in 15th.
Cuz, but this is what I'm saying. Do you just going off about what I've said about United and our standards? It's got to a point where even us, bro, like we don't care. We're focusing on what Arsenal can do for us. Do you get what I'm saying, bro?
You know what I mean? It's a horrible time, man.
It's actually mad, bro. It's actually mad. We're literally watching another man. Yeah. Go and grab her because we can't do it. You know what I'm saying? This is what United are doing to us, bro.
Big up Jarvis.
Big up Jarvis, man. And big up Lebo.
Big up Lebo, man. Big up, man. Never forget when Alan Smith broke his leg at Anfield. I remember when Reese slapped that ball at his knee. Liverpool fans were rocking the ambulance trying to tip it over. That's how football used to be, isn't it? Unfortunately, but
football used to be a mad thing, you know.
Used to be, it's
a different game now. Like all of this rivalry stuff is so watered down, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's so watered down. I mean, you remember the Carragher and Nani? Do you remember the Carragher and Nani?
Yeah. But and he got studded, and Nani started crying. It's like, why are you crying, man?
I can't lie, that was a horrific challenge, but yeah, game's gone. Like you said, game's gone, bro.
But you can't cry on camera. I'm sorry, it's impossible. You can't cry on camera. That's weakness. Be a man. Don't get me wrong, but don't cry. You know, I just don't see why I'd cry. But yeah, people, what likes are we on at the moment? We are on. We're on 68 likes. Can we get this to 100? That would be absolutely blessed. But it wouldn't be a United transfer. What's it called? It wouldn't be a United international break if there wasn't transfer news, right? So we was just talking about Wharton. Steve Parish come out and said that Wharton is all in all likely to leave come the end of the window and probably wants to play for a Champions League club unless Palace make it there themselves. But that kind of narrows down every option possible if we are in for Wharton, as their rumours are. And I think we are. Ben Jacobs kind of confirmed in the summer after Baleba is Wharton, right? So the way I'm kind of viewing it is, if you want this man, you're going to have to go and get Champions League football. Otherwise, go get Elliot Anderson. Right? We spoke about this last week because there's actually talk of Baleba still asking Brighton to let him go in January. So there's rumours around that kind of area.
Start to his season as well.
Horrific. But that's better for us. I think that's better for us. I don't think he's crap. I don't think he's crap. I just think he's young and in his own head, and he just needs to get his head out of his own ass and start playing ball, because bro, you might be a great player, but if you're playing arse for like 6 months, you're gonna look like you're just a one season kind of wonder. That's it.
It hasn't been one season for him, but I get it. It goes back to the point of like buying out of form players as well. For me, 6 months is way too long to be out of form. Like, yes, Manchester United won you. I know the African connection with Man United. I know it would have changed your life, your families, blah, 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 blah. But bro, playing the Premier League. They're still playing for Brighton, who are established club in the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? Put your foot down, get your head down, and literally just start playing again, and then go from there. I can't think for it changed for me what I think of him in terms of being the player he can be. Do you get it?
Yeah. I mean, but with Wharton, there's going to be a lot of clubs circling for him. We spoke about this, but I do struggle to see how we convince him over everybody else. The only thing I say we got over others at this moment of time is the fact that there's a gaping hole. You can start. You can be the thing that transforms this whole midfield. You could be with Cobby. You might be with Anderson as well. It might be a British core. You know, you got Grav and McAllister to compete with. You got Rodri to compete with, or Reinders to compete with. Or if you go somewhere else, like Chelsea, I mean, I think there's a position there for Chelsea. I wouldn't say, but he's a northern boy. I would like to think that he would want to go back up to the north if given the opportunity. So I think northern clubs will have a lot more to get out of Wharton rather than the likes of the southern clubs.
Yeah, I guess. But again, I feel like with Wharton, he's English. If any, I think he goes to any, like you said, I think European clubs are gonna get priority. Do you know what I'm saying? And I referred to earlier in the show that as teams, i.e. Liverpool, you could do with a midfield in there. You see the depth that Arsenal got. I think Liverpool next summer will be trying to look at and trying to even the playing field in terms of depth, because I feel that's where Arsenal did really well this summer and Liverpool not so much. But yeah, if we get no European football, which it looks like it's the case with who we have in charge, bro, we can say goodbye to Wharton. Do you get what I'm saying? He's an England international. The market for him is going to be very high, bro.
High. And pricey, which we always keep kind of going off of. I still think it's going to be between 90 and 100. If there's a battle for him, then maybe even more. I look at United thinking we can salvage something. I reckon if United were to somehow get into Champions League football, right, and look quite convincing in the end of all of it, I think we could get him over anyone. Actually, I'm actually mad convinced.
Say that again. If United, what? Sorry, bro.
If United was somehow, let's say Amram goes or Amram stays, and somehow we go and get, I don't know, 4th or 5th, even just to secure Champions League ball and show that there's progression in this team, but there's a missing piece there. I do believe we get him if we get UCL football, because there is a starting place for you, and you can build a team around that, and you can have Cobby next to you. You can have like all these other players. Even if you go get a Baleba or an Anderson, you can have that next to you still. Do you know what I mean? You could be the future of England. I think you can sell that to him. Build a partnership for yourself in Manchester United and England. You can't deny that. No one can deny that. I think a lot is riding on this season, because look, I think I like Anderson a lot, but I think Wharton's just got that special something about him as a deep line playmaker. He's such a Man United player, right? Because we ain't had that since 10 years. I can just see him in the United top. It would look weird in the City top for me personally. I don't know what it is, but he just looks like baby Michael Carrick. Why would you pass up the opportunity? I would be hell bent to make sure that guy ends up at United. If I'm the board, hell bent.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, Kaz. We can't control these things, bro. You just alluded.
But money is not the issue.
It's not the issue, but the issue is currently the state of the club on the pitch, outside and on the pitch.
I don't think there's much going on the outside as much as we think. I just think it's on the pitch. It's just, if things are going well on the pitch, everyone thinks that outside the pitch is going well.
True.
So I'm just looking at on the pitch. It's confusing, but we convince these players to come to us still.
And then look, but even with like the whole Manu and Xerxes thing as well, man, that's annoyed me already. I can't lie.
Yeah, well,
like, losing to Grimsby Town it's unforgivable, bro. We're already not in cups to rotate the squad. Now the manager already knows he has his prem. It's the guys that are gonna play. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, these man don't see a route way, and they're just so annoying, Kaz, bro. I swear to you, fam.
I'm gonna remain optimistic though, because I think even if things don't go the way he's gone regardless. So I'm not bothered about that. And there's going to be the whole thing about, if you want to get Wharton, I think our next in line is actually Glasner. And I know they're trying to tie him down to a new contract, which tells me United have been kind of like circling, kind of sounding him out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
even if it does go wrong, yeah, because how long will it take? Because again, do you know what I mean? How bad does it need to be for the manager to get sacked?
Couple more losses, man. I think it's just November, and that's 2 games. I think if there's 2 games and they see, okay, you got Forest next, it might be the time to be like, love. I don't know if you have to wait to a break, but just give it to an interim if that's the case. I think if you lose against Liverpool, there's a huge chance you're going to lose against Brighton. At home. And if that is the case, because I don't want to go through this thing, you lose Liverpool, but beat Brighton, go draw against Forest, but you can't. I don't know if you're going to get over Tottenham.
I'm over it, Kaz. I'm over it, bro.
That's why I want to win. as long as as long as I see direction, I don't care. Even if it is Amram, if we're going in the right direction and Kobe's not a part of that direction and we're winning, bro, it is what it is, isn't it? I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I couldn't care less if we're winning. Kobe, like, bro, if you're surplus the requirements because it's going right on the pitch right now and I can see it, then fine, go, leave. But what's the probability of all of that? What is the probability? I'm probably speaking on 5% probability right now, if that. Possibility, not even probability, possibility.
You know what? It will be though. Like going back to what you said, it will be interesting to see how we do play against Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? I know we've been pretty well against the bigger teams. We had a good result against in Anfield. They're in a fragile state. However, I just think with them losing 3 games, they're gonna be so gassed.
Oh yeah, of course they are.
Gassed. Do you know what I'm saying? To do what they need to do against us, but
sure,
yeah, man. There's reason to be optimistic, innit? We can hurt them. We have players that can hurt them, but yeah, man, it's just one of them things.
It would be such a United thing, though, innit, to try and get Wharton in January. And it's like, why are you wasting your time? What's the point? You're not getting Anderson in January, and you're definitely not getting Wharton in January. That whilst them lot might be still in Europe, it's just not gonna be the case, right? But I do think Baleba's he can be acquired, especially look at it like this. Baleba's got a month. This international break. So he's got 4 games, international break, and maybe a game before he goes off to Cameroon, right? For the I think it's in 21st December before there's a AFCON. I feel like that might be attainable for me, innit? Like in my mind to say, could that be the push that we actually need? Do you know what I mean? To go and push to can we circle? I still think even with Amram, I still think we can circle around to the point where you're not so far off the top 4 because they will end up just projecting themselves away from us. But I always just think sometimes one player can really just do you justice to make balance, especially when you got 1 game a week. I'm not saying Baleba's going to be an all and end all, but fuck me, just putting him just in that park just. It does make a huge difference. I'm sorry, man. And if you can get him for like 60, 70 million, you can't say, come on, man. You can't. I don't think you can get him for 60. I think 70, but I think you got to go and get him regardless of his form.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you, man. Like I said, we're not saying Baleba is going to solve everything, but it does help a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a profile we are missing. It's a profile that enables us to get up and down the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? Casemiro, I feel like, again, his performance against Sunderland was actually pretty good. I felt like we missed him in the Brentford game. As crazy it sounds, and you know my opinion on Casemiro at the stage of his career. But yeah, man, I just feel like this area of the pitch in particular as well, it's the most important pitch for me. You're literally the middle of the park. You connect the defense and attack. And if we can get a Baleba in there with legs, just a bit of quality in the ball, and it just provides a better balance to what we have currently. And it go a long way. Again, not solve everything, but we'll look a lot more comfortable as a side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you make of this whole thing from agents, though? Again, it wouldn't be an international break if there wasn't some sort of question marks or slander on United, right? Because you have to generate clicks some way, one way or another. But they're saying that Sesko worst signing or worst deal this whole summer window, according to agents.
I don't know how that can eradicate. It's crazy because I swear the narrative around Sesko has changed. This guy scored 100 goals as a 22-year-old. Do you know what I'm saying? He's been tracked by multiple big clubs. Arsenal wanted it. This is Arsenal's first choice. They only didn't get him because they didn't want to pay out the money. They didn't want to pay up the money. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're labeling a 22-year-old the worst signing, the guy has so much room to grow. We're already seeing that already now with his performances against Sunderland and Brentford. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, again, even I watched him, he's still raw. There's still raw elements of his game, but there's elements of his game that are also very, very good. Do you know what I'm saying? So to label it the worst signing, I don't get it. He scored 2 goals. He's done what he's needed to do. And even in those 2 goals he scored, it's been limited minutes. It's not like he's come in and started every single game like a certain man.
If I'm correct though, did he not take I swear he took away his signing on bonus and his agent took less fees as well.
Yeah, he did.
So is that why agents are looking at it from an agent perspective? Is this thing kind of gone? Is it being misunderstood? Because in an agent way, if you've done a 120 million deal, let's say for Isak, right? The commission off Isak is going to be mental for an agent. So has anyone actually read the actual article to suggest why it was I don't know, like the worst signing because he's not playing bad. You can't just look at his games and think, oh, this guy's playing arse. Are you mental? There's way worse.
Verts is 009.
He's
You know what I'm
cheeks
saying?
it up, bro.
He's been stinking.
And long may it continue. At least can he stink for a little while longer? I wouldn't mind that personally, like just a little bit, because he's going to eventually become good. Right
yeah,
now.
he is. Facts. I feel like there's too much quality there, but that's what I'm saying. We just got to take what we can get at the moment, innit? And hopefully, like you said, the performances carry on to the United game, because there's, like you said, Slot has to change something, innit? He has to find solution within his squad because he's changed too much in a short period of time. He needs to simplify and go back to what gave him the formula and platform to succeed last season. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's why I look at Amram and say, he's changed one of the roles for either wing back, innit? Just one. He's just inverted. Yeah, like last game, he inverted him. Arsenal game, he inverted one. It's just only the other games where he didn't do that. He just tried to stretch the pitch a little bit more. Like Delo inverted. Did anyone clock how Delo was not even doing overlaps? He was just doing underlaps without any given opportunity. Let the wide man be more the wide man, but he had more legs like next to Bruno. There was a pass for Bruno basically, or a pass for Casemiro. There was always one inverting. So Amram is trying to change things up. I think he has been pressured to change things up and tweak things. There has been a bit of a pressure. But I just look at this thinking, if you want to earn your money, like if you want to get some stocks, I don't think look, you can get a draw, but I think a win will relieve some pressure at the minimum. But if we can see it tactically that you're trying to adapt to this team at the minimum, it's like you might get some brownie points. If you can prove that you can beat Slot, who's under pressure the most, I would say right now at this moment of time, then there might be a little something. There might be a little something, but you can't base it. Unfortunately, you just can't base it off a Liverpool game. There has to be a run of it.
Can I ask you a question? You reckon we see that 4-4-2 set up at Anfield?
I do, yeah, because it's the best way to defend.
But because I've been saying this for how many years?
You saw it person.
I've been saying this every single time on stream. Every big club's defending a 4-4-2. So I was saying, if you want to play a 3-5-2, that's fine, but it's adaptive to a 4-4-2 in defense. If I can see that, then cool. I want to see it away from home because I don't. Away from home,
that's my issue. My issue is that's what we've not seen. It's more like a 5-4-1. It's like, no, can you go into a 4-4-2 and close the gaps a bit more? Because otherwise you're leaving yourself free too much in the middle of the park, or too free up the top.
Bro, football right now, you just, it's so, for me, just follow the formulas of what's going successful at other clubs.
Yeah.
Like,
4-4-2 is the new
science, bro.
It's the new meta. It's the new meta, people. There you go. It's
literally
the new meta.
It is. You closed it. Every big team, even PSG, they're defending the 4. They play a 4-3, defending a 4-4-2. It's so you close the gap.
Chelsea played it amazing against Liverpool.
They've done it absolutely amazing, bro. Amazing.
And Gusto was playing centre mid bait pretty much.
Sorry, who say that again, bro?
Gusto was basically playing centre mid. Gusto.
And this what Amrin did say though. His system, he has changed things. He will make tweaks. He will change. So, bro, listen, it's all good beating Sunderland and going 4-4-2 against Sunderland. Let me see the same energy against.
This is where I would look at this game, and probably I would like Dorgu, but I look at this game and just said this screams Mazarawi for me, bro. Like this, if you're gonna do this inverted 4-4-2 thing, you can play Mazarawi and let Delo do that job. Because you know the way we set up against Sunderland is kind of the way we should set up away from home. In my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we didn't need the low inverting, in my opinion. It kind of nullified the midfield a bit because we kind of just bypassed it. But if you do that Mazarawi, you got much better way of keeping the ball better than the low, defensively shaped and all that kind of stuff. But then it might seem a little bit too negative. I don't know about you or anyone in the chat, but I just don't see him playing Dorgu and Ahmad together.
Neither. He's not going.
I think it's one or the other. And if the thing is, if he chooses Dorgu over Ahmad, I think it's too defensive.
I agree with you. I feel like Maz this is a perfect game for Maz. I'd even put him on the Salah. Honestly, I trust Maz more than
Salah's completed one dribble all season.
That's my point. And Maz is very good at one-on-one defending, or should I say underrated. And I feel like he has the tools to equip with Salah, because I feel like when you have a right footer on the left-hand side anyway, when he's coming in, he's going to be coming in on his strong foot, or Maz's strong foot. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's better cover there. You put Maz on the left and you keep Ahmad for me. I don't want us to revert to this. We have to play one or the other in big games. Do you know what I mean? With Mbeumo and Ahmad. That's so far, that's what he's been doing.
Oh, you need to build a relationship with them.
Yes, that's my point. This is our best against Sunderland. Everything came down the right hand side. I still think we can even play better if we switch the ball quicker to Ahmad, because when you're there at Old Trafford on the big screen, you don't see it. This guy is in acres every single time Man United have the ball. Absolute acres, but we don't have someone like a Carrick or a Scholes who got a sat nav and pings.
I think we do, but he just, as long as he doesn't do the first time passing, I think we're all right. I think Casemiro's got an underrated pass in my opinion, but stop. I hate when he does the first time passes.
Bro, when he does the first time pass, Kaz, yeah, around the corner, bro, I want to punch something,
Yeah.
bro. I swear down. I swear down, bro. It does my nutting, bro. It's like, what are you doing? How many times you tried to say like it doesn't work, bro? Because when he see with Casemiro, when he's facing the play, he's calm. He's so cool. But when he's back to the goal or he has to go side on, that's when you're seeing his deficiencies. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Shout out Casemiro though, innit? You played well the last.
Yeah, he needs to play that game. He needs to play. We need him. It sounds weird, but we need him. But see, I wouldn't mind. See, the thing is, I wouldn't mind him pushing Bruno further forward if it meant that you can play Kobe in that midfield just for a little bit security. Because Bruno's got that final ball that I feel like we still don't have in that 10 spot. But you just obviously you got to play Cunha and Sesko, in my opinion, or he's gonna probably play Mount to be fair. But I look at this and I'm still trying to work out how Slot tweaks things, right? Because even if he tweaks things will always be left a little bit exposed. Like, cool. The way I look at it is the weakness is the fullback area. I see him dropping Kirkes for Robertson this game. But we already know Robertson's legs can't match a whole 90. But personally, I think Kirkes actually has a better time against Ahmad than Robertson probably does. That's just my opinion. But Robertson is a little bit more like, I know I'm going to get a 6 out of you. 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10 at least. Minimum. Pretty much, right? And look at the other one. Conor Brandy's, he just had a good game, I think, for Northern Ireland. But
he's shit, man. I don't care.
The flanks are exposed. My thing is, if Grav and Kanai are half fit, again, you got to expose that. My thing is, how does Amrin work out how to drag the centre mids as wide as possible, as much as possible? Like Chelsea did, like Burnley did, like Arsenal did. There's a way. That's all I'm kind of concerned about. Is the middle of the park, because I know they're going to want to press, but they're going to look at. I know in simple terms, he just wants to ping it to Sesko. But if they don't have Kanai and they got a Joe Gomez, Sesko's just got to lean on Joe Gomez. The way I kind of view it, ping that ball to Conor Bradley's side, and you might get a little bit more joy. Drag Van Dijk over if you can. Drag Gravenberch over if he's fit. That's what I kind of look at. Drag it over so there is that space on the right-hand side. Because this is where I look at things. This is why I'm kind of looking at things. Is this man a tactician or is he a simpleton? Because because I'm trying to think how Slot would tweak it against us. What does he do? And maybe I got a feeling he's going to do what he did last year against us in a version. If you're going to go back to pre-season, I don't think they're going to go as high against us. I think they're going to allow us to have the ball. And what they're going to do, the game plan we're meant to do, is what they're going to do. Get us gas thinking we have a lot of the ball. And then they break on us so you can have Salah, Isak, all these men running at us. That's what I think he's going to do. Personally, that's it. And that will kill us, bro. That will kill us. Yeah, we've seen it too many times. But this time around, I suppose we got a bit more quality. If you do allow us to have the ball like Mbumos and Cunhas and stuff like that, and Brunos, you might shoot yourself in the foot. But it's a risk. But I do think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it.
Yeah, I think one thing I'll say about Slot is he definitely is like he's happy to concede possession. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, with Klopp's side, yeah, like it was all action. Like you're not a sniff. Do you know what I'm saying? At Anfield, now you can actually get on the ball. So if they do play into that, it's definitely a negative for Man United. I want us to be playing on the counter attack.
I want them to have the ball.
Yeah, same. I want us to be playing on the counter attack, and I want to see a lot more of what I saw last week against Sunderland. Running, but also the direct pass to Sesko, bro. Slap it on Joe Gomez, and then I want Cunha and Mbeumo, whoever it is, running off it.
Running. Yeah, I'm all for it. Just who wants it? My thing is who wants it more? Who wants it more?
Liverpool leaves so much spaces in the flanks, like you said. Do you know what I'm saying? If it is going to be Frimpong, whoever it's going to be, Frimpong, Kirkes, whatever, their space comes from their centre backs always guard like in transition the wingers.
Yeah.
Make it uncomfortable for Liverpool. Make it uncomfortable. You've seen the blueprint so far to play against them. Like, there's surely you've got something for us, bro. This is not the same Liverpool side that's a consistent side that you know what
Yeah,
you're getting
exactly.
from.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're getting from Liverpool. However, we should go in there with full confidence that we can hurt this side, because we can. We can.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Soak up
yeah.
the pressure, and then after 30 minutes, do what we need to do, bro. This ain't the
Exactly.
same. Anfield ain't Anfield like that no more. Come on, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But Shows, big up, man. If anyone wants to subscribe to Shows, check the title. You can see his channel directly. So you got pretty much zero choice why you can't. If you're a fellow United subscriber, or you like someone that talks context quite a lot, even about your own teams, go subscribe to Shows. Go support him. You know, don't just listen and say, oh, I can't be asked. It is right there. We are going to end here because Shows has got to go back to work. I've got another stream. So we're going to transition to the next stream. We'll say play next video. So go and do that if you don't mind. Last little one, Mike says, Cats, please tell what you have seen in us to think that we got anything at Anfield. Poor crap, but we are terrible. Let's stop this overconfidence. See, one thing about me, I will always be a gassed, giddy merchant
They
that's
don't
got
know who
no
you
clue.
are, Kaz. They don't know
They
who
don't
you
know what I'm
are.
about. You know what I mean, Mike? If I don't get gas for this, how are you lot going to get gas for this? I have to. I've got no choice, because otherwise I'm not true to myself. And this is me being true to myself. In a bit, love Shows. And yeah, man, see us in the next stream. Love.